The movie opens in Philadelphia with firefighter Cooper Abbott getting ready to take his teenage daughter Riley to a sold-out concert for pop superstar Lady Raven. He's the picture of a doting, slightly overbearing dad, proud of Riley's grades and eager to make the night special. The two arrive at the massive arena amid seas of fans, merch tables, and the pulsing pre-show buzz. But even before the music starts, Cooper clocks something off. There's an unusual number of security personnel and cops scattered everywhere, some with radios and clipped badges that don't look like ordinary venue staff. In the concourse, Cooper peels away while Riley hits the restroom. He strikes up a conversation with a friendly concessions worker named Jamie, who drops a bomb without realizing it. The authorities believe a notorious serial killer known as the Butcher is somewhere inside this very arena, and the entire event is part of a huge sting that lands like a thunderclap because Cooper himself is the Butcher. He keeps his face neutral, but once alone he checks a hidden app on his phone showing live footage of his latest captive, Spencer, held in a rigged basement. Cooper steals Jamie's ID badge and quietly notes a backstage passphrase he overhears: tools he can use to move where fans can't. Using the badge to slip into staff corridors, Cooper nicks a police radio and hears a calm, clinical woman forecasting his potential moves over the net. He creates a diversion by starting a grease fire in a food stand kitchen, enough chaos to slip up a service stairwell to the roof, where he learns the woman is Dr. Josephine Grant, a renowned FBI profiler running point on the operation. From the roofline vantage, Cooper sees the scale of the trap: officers at entries, sweeps through service tunnels, lookouts planted like chess pieces. He heads back down to Riley, mask of normalcy back on. Riley only half notices his edginess. She's vibrating with excitement for Lady Raven and gushes about wanting to be the show's dreamer girl, a superfan pulled on stage to dance during the finale, which comes with coveted backstage access. Cooper's brain lights up. Backstage access might be the one gap in the net. He scouts the floor and chats up one of Lady Raven's spotters, spinning a manipulative lie. Riley's a recent leukemia survivor, and getting on stage would mean the world. The sympathy play works. When the time comes, Riley is selected and swept backstage as the arena explodes in cheers. Cooper shadows her path, staying just close enough to exploit the opening. But Grant's team has anticipated the move. Cooper discovers the backstage exit is also sealed, officers at the doors, eyes on every corridor. Now cornered between the crowd and law enforcement, he makes a decisive pivot. He gets Lady Raven alone and drops the mask, quietly revealing that he's the Butcher. He shows her the live feed of Spencer, threatens he can kill the captive remotely if she doesn't shepherd Cooper and Riley out in her limousine. Shaken but composed, Lady Raven agrees, on the condition she can accompany them back to the house to say hello to Cooper's family and keep Riley calm. Cooper accepts. The limo spirits the trio away from the arena. At Cooper's home, Lady Raven keeps her head. With Riley and Cooper's wife Rachel present, she starts talking, slowly, conversationally, about what she's learned from Grant's team. Their profile of the Butcher, his obsessive-compulsive tendencies and thorny maternal issues, and crucially, how they knew he'd be at the show in the first place. She explains the FBI found a torn ticket receipt at a safe house connected to the killer. An anonymous tip brought them there, and turned Lady Raven's concert into bait. The details rattle Cooper. He didn't account for that leak. While Cooper's guard is up, Lady Raven ducks into the bathroom with his phone. She locks the door, calls up the basement feed, and manages to extract enough info from Spencer about where he's being held. She live streams the plea to her massive fanbase. Within minutes, a nearby follower pinpoints the location and rushes to alert authorities, who move to rescue Spencer. Before handing the phone back, Lady Raven tells Rachel exactly who her husband is. Rachel's face strains as the reality she suspected becomes undeniable. Cooper, furious, locks his family upstairs. Lady Raven surreptitiously texts her driver to contact the police. Cooper drags Lady Raven back toward the vehicle, determined to bolt. Rachel and Riley manage to slip free, creating a noisy distraction that lets Lady Raven scramble to her limo and slam the door. Sirens grow in the distance. Cooper escapes through a hidden tunnel from the house to a rear exit, grabs a sweat uniform from his cache, and bluffs his way back to the driveway chaos. In the confusion, he gets behind the wheel of Lady Raven's limo and speeds off, with her trapped in back. Once clear, he reveals himself again and orders the window cracked. Thinking quickly, Lady Raven pops the lock and beckons screaming fans to swarm the car, an instant flash mob roadblock that slows Cooper long enough for the FBI to close in. As agents converge, Cooper slips out, changes into fresh street clothes, and vanishes into the crowd. Night falls. Cooper returns home for a final, raw confrontation with Rachel. She doesn't run. She tells him, quietly, that she knew, or at least deeply suspected, who he was. She was the anonymous tip. She planted the ticket receipt at one of his secondary locations and reported it, hoping the FBI could trap him at the concert and spare Riley from discovering the truth in some bloodier way. Cooper is livid. He rants that she's stolen his chance to see their children grow up. His fury spirals into a murder-suicide plan. Rachel, buying time, suggests they at least share a slice of Riley's leftover pie. Cooper's OCD about wasting food nudges him to accept. He doesn't realize she's laced the dessert with his own sedatives. The drugs hit fast. Cooper starts to hallucinate that his mother is in the doorway, beaming at him with eerie pride for showing real emotion. In reality, it's Dr. Josephine Grant with a pair of SWAT officers, moving in while he's disoriented. Tossed and overpowered, Cooper staggers outside where Riley, devastated, runs to him. He kneels, adjusts the chain on her bicycle, and they share a last, shaking hug before agents led him away in cuffs. The audience watches Cooper's eyes go distant, not remorseful, but measuring. Inside the transport van, he pulls a thin metal spoke he quietly palmed from Riley's wheel and starts picking the handcuff lock. The movie cuts on his grim little smile. Thank you all a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more movie recaps like this one. I'd really appreciate it.